In this video, we will continue to discuss imaginary numbers and operations on imaginary numbers and what we call complex numbers. Any number in the form of a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers and b does not equal 0. This is what we would call our imaginary numbers. And the set of imaginary and real numbers combine to create the set of complex numbers. Whenever you are doing something involving imaginary or complex numbers, you always need to make sure that you are in imaginary mode. In order to do this, you need to first click on the mode button on your calculator, and then once you get to this mode screen, scroll down to make sure that a plus bi is turned on. Now, in order to complete operations with imaginary numbers, everything you are going to do is fully on the calculator. You just have to make sure that you are using your parentheses and typing everything in correctly. Now, the I button on your calculator. In order to access the I button, you're going to have to click second, and then if you look at the bottom above the period, there's that I. So in order to access the I button, you're always going to have to click second period to give you that I. Now, if we want to complete the following calculation, you're first going to type everything in on your calculator as shown here. So you would use your parentheses, and your screen should look exactly like mine. Follow along on your own calculator. Now, once you've typed this in, this is going to give you the following result. So your answer that you're going to record for this would be 3 plus I. For the next one, we're going to do the same thing. We'll type the entire thing in on your calculator, as shown on mine. Once it's typed in, like we have here, and you click enter, you'll get the result 5 minus 5i. Again, follow along in your calculator and make sure that you are getting the same answer. In the next example, take a moment and type this into your calculator. If you type this in like I have here, you'll get a screen that looks like mine here, and once you click enter, it'll give you this result. So that'll be negative 8 plus 3i, or plus 31i. For our next example, when you type this into your calculator, you're going to have to type everything in exactly as written, but use parentheses around your numerator and denominator. So if I were to use my parentheses, I'd have 4 minus 3i divided by parentheses negative 1 minus 4i. Now once you type this in, this is your final result, and you're going to round that. So I'd write that your answer is 0.47 plus 1.12i. In this final example, we have something with negative square roots like this in this format. You can do the same thing and plug this into your calculator. If I were to do so, I would plug it in exactly as shown, and once I plug this in, this gives me the answer of negative 1 plus 5i, which we can record as our final answer.